Hello everyone. I just wanted to jump on here real quick. I wanted to provide some tips to you guys today to talk about first-time home buyers and mistakes that you definitely want to avoid when going out and starting the home buying process. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Andrea Wilson. I'm the real estate broker over at Brick House Realty. We're a full service real estate brokerage here in Northeast Ohio. We have over 20 agents here and willing and ready to assist you with all of your home buying needs. So my first tip that I want to provide to you guys for you first time home buyers, the first thing that you want to avoid is seeing houses before you are financially qualified. So a lot of times when people decide that they want to purchase a home, they get excited and they fall in love with looking at homes and wanting to tour homes before actually talking to a loan officer and deciding or figuring out if you can even get qualified for a home. A lot of times this brings up a lot of emotions and you get all excited, and then when you sit down to talk with the loan officer, he kind of bursts your bubble at that point because there may be some steps or some things that you need to do, and you may even be looking at 3 months out, a year out, and sometimes 2 years out if you filed a bankruptcy. So this is definitely something that you want to avoid. We want to get you in contact with that loan officer first. Looking for a unicorn. A lot of times buyers, again, they watch a lot of TV, HGTV, and they see all of these beautiful homes and they see these agents taking their clients out, and they kind of make it seem like this quick process and, oh, we found the perfect home for you. And what you don't see is all of the behind the scenes. A lot of times they have already gone out, they looked at a number of homes out there, and they probably had to settle on those 2 or 3 choices that they're presenting to us as the public. There's no perfect home. Even if you decide to build a home, you're going to build that home, you're going to move in, and then you're going to say, dang, I wish I would have done this or that. There's not going to be a home. So if you have a list of, we'll say 5 items that you must have, we should expect that to at least have maybe 3 out of the 5 when we're going out looking. Obviously you don't want it to be at 0, but it may not have, all 5 items. Maybe you wanted a home that had a fence and was fenced in, but when we're going out looking, the home is perfect except for the fact that it doesn't have a fenced in yard. And that's something that you can do at a later date. The third thing is using the listing agent to represent you in the transaction. So this is something that you have to be mindful of. So a lot of times you search your home search, you're looking online using places like Zillow or Realtor.com. And so that listing agent will pop up as the contact. So you have to remember that that listing agent has already signed a contract with that seller of the home to represent him or her. If they're already representing them, then you have to look, because now if you come along and say, oh, I want to write an offer. Yes, we have to disclose who we're representing in the transaction, but if you're not fully aware of how it works, a lot of times you are actually unrepresenting. Depending on how in Ohio we have an agency disclosure, depending on how they fill out that agency disclosure, you could be actually represented by no one. And by no one, that means no one is looking out for your best interest. So you have to remember that as a buyer, it's actually free to work with a real estate agent. You want to think of it as if you were going to court and you wouldn't want to use that other person's real estate agent to represent you in the, not real estate agent, attorney to represent you in a case that you may be suing, that other individual. You want to go out and get your own representative to represent you and everything that you want, and someone that's fighting for you. So it's always a good idea to bring in another agent to help you through the process. Number 4 would be looking too much into the home's online estimate. So when you're going online and you're looking at the homes, a lot of times you're trying to figure out the value or what it's worth. And so you want to make sure that you're bringing in that real estate agent because they have that actual data to support whatever the value is on each of the homes. If you're looking on one of these online sources, a lot of times the information is not accurate, or all of the information is not there. So you're going out, you feel like, what you're seeing online, that it maybe is underpriced or overpriced. You want to check with your real estate agent to make sure to get the actual numbers. The most recent is pulling from the tax records, so everyone's on board of what the true value of the house is. Number 5, expecting your house to increase in value overnight. So you purchase this home and you say, oh, it needs a little bit of work, and that work may be, you had to put in a new driveway, you put some paint, you update the kitchen, and so you can't expect the home to jump from, a value of, 10, 20, 30, $50,000 overnight. Usually your home is going to appreciate in value at roughly around 2% per year. So it really takes time to build up that value or equity in your home. Now, there are some homes, especially if you're looking at a foreclosed or bank-owned property, that immediately, once you go in and do the work, that value will jump up. But again, you want to bring in a real estate agent to help you do a market analysis and give you what the true value would be. Number 6 would be underestimating your expenses, and I would say this is probably one of the biggest hurdles that first-time home buyers run into. Now, a lot of times the way I rate my contract, I am able to find my clients down payment money and closing costs, but you still need some money to get started and go through the process. You need a plan to, your loan officer is going to charge you to make formal loan application, which is typically on average about $500. You're also going to want to have money to have a home inspection done. A home inspection is optional, but you want to make sure that you are in a position to say yes or no, or not no because you just don't have the funds to do it. So this is very important. And then once we have the contract accepted, we're going to need to put earnest money up, which could be anywhere between $500 to $1,000 on average. And so although you will get that money at closing, you still need to have this money up front once we have a accepted contract. All right. So number 7 is the need or the pressure of feeling rushed. You should never feel rushed through this situation. Now, what I will say is, once we have a accepted contract on the property, it starts to move really fast. And a lot of times buyers, and typically first-time home buyers, it kind of comes as a shock to them how quick. We have to get the inspection, we got to get here, title company, all these people are reaching out to you. So a lot of times that's kind of unexpected. But you want to make sure that you're not feeling pressured or rushed when trying to find a home. Now, if you've seen, 50 homes and you're still not seeing one that you like, then you might need to reevaluate what you're looking for exactly. And number 8, falling in love with houses on the market. In this market, there is a shortage of inventory, so multiple offers are going in on these properties. So, you can like a house, really want the house, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're not falling in love until we actually have it under contract. So I hope all of these 8 tips will help you as a first-time home buyer. I do offer a home buyer consultation. You can give me a call at 216-220-7886 to set up your consultation. But I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope you enjoy these tips. Have a good day.